Hello, everybody. Hope everybody had an okay Monday. My Monday was all right, I suppose. Nothing too exciting, but I wanted to do another stream of Sins of a Solar Empire. So it'll just be a chill stream. We'll just be shooting the shit, as it were. I'll be answering questions, talking about a bit of this, a bit of that, and we should have some fun. Now, I cut the other stream of this short because, frankly, I just thought my gameplay was pretty awful. Because I didn't really know what I was doing. So, we're going to try this again. I've been playing this over the weekend quite a bit, so I think I have a pretty good grasp of how it works. So this should go better than the last time. So, because I didn't really know what I was doing. So let me just do this. So I'm going to share this on the Discord. Okay. So people can just ask me in the chat if they have any questions. Otherwise, I'll just ramble on, and they'll talk about Sins of a Solar Empire 2. How does this compare to the first one? I'll go into that a bit more. Basically, they took the first one and they heavily streamlined it while also adding in more content. And if that doesn't make sense, it's a little confusing. Basically, they made the first one like 50% more efficient, and then they used the extra space from simplifying that aspect of it to add additional things in. I don't know if that makes any sense. We'll go through some of how it's different. I generally like to do team games with this. Now, I know some people play this multiplayer. I don't really like playing RTSs that are super long multiplayer. Maybe that's just me. I find something like Company of Heroes or I like something like Company of Heroes, or what else is there? StarCraft 2. Something that's about like 10 to 30 minutes, I think, is a pretty good length for a match. Partially just it can be kind of hard to sit there for like 2 or 3 hours. The other issue with it is just you have to pause so often. So we'll just go through this a little bit. So we have the same factions that we had in Rebellion. Take a sip. It's just now that they have specific names instead of just being Loyalist and Rebel. So we have TEC Enclave, which was TEC Rebel, TAC Primacy, Advent Reborn, Advent Wrath, Visari Exodus, and Visari Alliance. I will play as Visari Alliance because I generally play Visari. I've tried all three factions. Trader is okay. I like things to be simple, and Visari has the simplest macro mechanics because they don't use credits. So that's a good aspect of it. It's interesting. They made the Visari a lot more insectoid in this. I always thought they were a reptilian race, but I guess they're kind of like an insectoid race. So I actually really like how they decided to do them. So TC's fine. They really changed how armor works in this game, so there's that aspect. So TC is kind of worse in that regard. Advent just seems underpowered. I didn't really play Advent much in the original game, so I'm going to play as Visari Alliance. Oh no, I will put him as TC Enclave, and I'll play as Visari Alliance. So we'll go through this. Before, when I was doing my first impressions, this game's kind of a bit too complicated to really just do a stream without having tried it first. Just because I'm stumbling along. Okay. So the cool thing about Visari in this game, So because the Visari are nomadic, they start out without a planet colonized. They have a much larger stockpile of resources, but if you really wanted to, you could go and colonize a different starting planet. Now, their preferred planet type is Ferris. So you start off with their preferred planet type, but if you wanted to, you could go and pick something else, which I think is kind of cool. So the only problem is that you can't pick the starting capital ship. You always get the one capital ship, but like I said, you have a lot more resources to start off with to make up for it. And I don't think that there is a siege planet there, so I could just do that. Okay. So Visari do not have credit income by default. They have buildings that generate credits, or they can trade on the market, but because they aren't human, they don't use their internal economy doesn't use it. So none of their buildings or anything cost credits. Obviously, they cost more minerals or crystal as a side result. But if you get a source of credits, the credits are just there for buying metal and crystal, and I think that's pretty cool. So how planets work now? It's fairly similar. You have logistics, which is civilian slots. Defense, they combined emergency facilities and tactical. So this is planet HP and military slots. You have mining, which is a new one they added in just for this game. So this increase. So all planets have a income rate now, and that increases the planet's income rate. And then you have research, which gives you a bonus to your overall research speed, and it can only be researched on populated planets. So I'm going to start off with some logistics, and I think I will do what I normally do. We're going to get a frigate yard, fleet beacon, and 2 Empire labs. Now, one of the cool things about this game is if you see here, there's the little, you have to research this next to it. Now, anything that you can research but haven't, if I was to click this, then what it will, okay, let me hold this over. So, actually, 1 sec. So, you go here, if you look at it, it says the total cost is the technology plus the actual building, and then it'll give you a net price for the whole thing. So if you click on that, then it will automatically research the required technology and then build it. Now, you can spend a lot of money doing this, but it saves me from having to go through and like trying to find it in the tech tree, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's kind of a cool innovation. They introduced that. You have fleets now, so I can just directly reinforce from a fleet. So, like, taking this fleet, anything here, these are all the ships I have available. If I have the resources and the capacity to build one, I can just click the button and it'll be built. And then it will be sent to join the main fleet. So that's pretty cool. So, like, automatically, that dramatically simplifies production. Because you don't really have to worry about the production being like going to individual planets. You can just do it all in one place. Similarly, you can there's now ship items you can add on to customize your capital ships, so you can do that all in one menu, which is pretty cool. As well with planets. So like there's a cult like the Empire Management, so I can go through and do upgrades here. I can also add stuff, items to my planets from this interface, which is nice. That makes things simpler. So you can customize your planets a lot more now, but it's, as you can see, a lot of the other stuff has been simplified. So I think they tried to make it a little more reduce. It's more complicated, but there's fewer clicks
Scouts have
involved, if
discovered
that
a
makes any kind of
colonizable
sense.
planet. Mining upgrade complete.
Okay,
What
so
would you ask of me?
I'll upgrade mining again.
Speak. Finally.
So another thing that they added in,
I'll
I
see
forget where the
to it.
button is for it, but um, planets orbit stars now, so phase lanes will change over time. If you don't like that, you can turn it off. But you can also take a look at it, and it'll show you how things are going to change in the future. So that adds just a lot of dynamism. Like sometimes new attack routes will just open up. A complaint I do have though is
What would you ask of me?
ships now, as you can see, have shields, armor points, and hull points, kind of like in EVE Online. I don't know how armor works. So in Sins of a Solar Empire 1, armor was a absolute reduction. It wasn't a percentage. So if you had 20 armor and an attack did 25 damage, it would do 5 damage. And particularly with TEC, their armor values would get so high, it was almost impossible to damage stuff. I think there might be something still a bit like that. I'm not entirely sure how it works, though. It doesn't seem to be the most easy to understand thing in the world. So
Civilian structure complete.
you got that stuff, which I think is all very cool.
Scouts have discovered a colonizable
As for
planet.
the actual, I'm trying to remember what button is.
Upgrade complete.
Let me just look up what button is cinematic mode. Where's cinematic mode? I'm just trying to see where hide interface is. Core, escape, Control Shift Z. That's kind of a shitty button, but yeah. So as you can see, the graphics look great. Very much in line with the first game. Those textures look way better than they did in the first game. Things have turrets on them now. You can actually see the turrets turn.
Our fleet has engaged
Let
the
me
enemy.
just see where is.
Civilian structure complete. Empire research tier complete.
That one doesn't have a turret, but a lot of them do. I think that one can't fire because it's not facing in the proper direction. But yeah, you can see the individual guns on it, and those will fire. And like I said, I think the textures look really cool. It's just, it's very polished. It's weird because this game, so this game doesn't have all the content, but it's finished, if that makes sense. So the single player campaign is still being developed. There is actually going to be a single player campaign. So they have plans for like 2 expansions, a couple DLCs, a single player campaign, and some other stuff. But the game is like complete, if that makes sense. So like all the factions are available. It's optimized. There isn't any bugs, or I haven't found any bugs.
What would you ask of me?
So you do get the. It's just kind of an interesting case because it's.
An excellent plan.
It's like with Paradox, the game they release doesn't function. But in this case, they release a functional game that it doesn't have all the content yet. Let's see here. So as I said, with Visari, I can sell things on the market. I just can't. I just don't get credits through taxation. But I think that's pretty cool.
Logistics upgrade complete.
So
Auction is underway.
mining now takes up, orbital minings now takes up, logistical slots, which it did in the
Empire
previous
research
game, which is a little
complete.
annoying. It means you have to
Planet
specialize your
item
planets a bit
online.
more, which I suppose kind of makes sense. It just takes a bit of getting used to. There's a lot more things that give you slots than in the previous game, and planets themselves do that. No, I didn't finish the CNC playthroughs. I need to get through those. There's no more multiple tiers to techs. You just research a tech and it's done. The tech tree is just a lot bigger. You need a lot more labs to get to top tier, to the highest rate level of tech. You need to have 25 labs. Although some buildings will give you multiple, more than one. And if you're Visari, you can build labs on your ships, which is kind of cool.
Standing by. Finally. You have secured the auction.
Oh, okay, cool. I won.
Warfare
Gave me some
research
extra crystal.
complete.
Okay, we're gonna get some additional
Scouts have discovered
combat
a colonizable
technology.
planet.
resource sublimation.
Empire research complete.
So then I guess I'll do Ice Planet afterwards. Let's see, what can I build on this planet? I can eventually build the
Our
Matter
fleet has engaged
Hypercompiler,
the enemy.
Administrative Uplink, Defensive Uplink.
Mining upgrade complete.
I'll just let them do that for the moment. Okay, that all seems to be working
Warfare
decently well.
complete.
Maybe I'll get a
Our
couple
time
extra
is short.
ships, maybe. What are my thoughts on Civ? I mean, Civ's okay. I'm like one of the few people who didn't think Civ 6 was that bad. My only real issue with Civ 6 was that it didn't have
Your arguments are compelling.
it didn't have automation for workers, and workers had like limited charges, which I thought was a very weird decision for them to make. Otherwise, I didn't really think it was that bad. I think some people thought it was like the worst game ever. It's definitely the series could use some work. I'm kind of sad that Beyond Earth wasn't better, because Alpha Centauri I think is arguably the best video game ever made. I think there's a very good argument to be made that it is the best video game ever made. And it's Beyond Earth just didn't live up to it. Like, it wasn't like it was bad or anything, but it was just kind of a disappointment. I like Humankind quite a bit. I don't know why they have to call it Humankind and they can't just call it Humanity, but it's not bad. I enjoyed it for what it is.
Speak. I'll see to it.
Okay, let's
Civilian
see.
structure
So I
complete.
need, where's Ice Occupation? Was Ice Occupation tier 2? I'm just trying to see where it
Scouts have
is.
discovered a colonizable planet.
Oh no, Arctic
Mining
Occupation is tier 1.
upgrade complete. Civilian structure complete.
So for asteroids, I'm not even really going to bother trying to build anything on them at the moment. They're just going to be for mining. Like, I'm not going to bother trying to build any civilian stuff. I'm just trying to get my production rate up
Our fleet has engaged
as quickly
the
as I
enemy.
can.
Warfare
Just try to
research
make sure that
complete.
I'm continually researching upgrades. So Visari Alliance
Civilian
gets a
structure
building
complete.
called Intercultural Exchange, which gives you a credit income rate. So I have credits now, and I don't really need them for anything beyond buying resources. So that'll be helpful to me in the future, going on future in the game.
Tell me you have a plan. Scouts have discovered a colonizable planet.
I don't know. I just never could get
We're
into
running
Civ
out of
4.
time.
I know it's like everybody
This
loves
will
Civ
be a
4. They think
gamble.
it's the greatest thing.
Empire research.
I just found it kind of
complete.
was in an
Civilian
awkward point
structure
between Civ
complete.
3 and Civ 5. Or no, I never really played Civ 3 like at all. I grew up playing Civ 2 a lot. I had the Gold Edition, which had a whole bunch of like
Logistics
scenarios in
upgrade
it,
Complete.
and a lot of the scenarios were really cool. There's like World War One, World War Two. There was a
Civilian
Jules
structure
Verne one.
complete.
There's a lot
Warfare
of neat
research
stuff.
complete. Civilian structure complete.
Okay, good. So we got a lot of stuff up and running.
Our
The
time
Ice
is
Planet
short.
seems a little too heavily defended for the
Finally.
moment.
I'll see to it.
So I will.
Scouts have discovered a colonizable
Get a
planet.
couple extra
Preparing
ships,
for phase
and
jump.
then I'll start researching volcanic occupation. And then there are mastery techs, which basically just increase the caps on planets.
Our fleet
So,
has
like,
engaged
I haven't
the
maxed out
enemy.
the cap for Ferris planets yet, so you can see the red there. I can't put it up to the maximum. So, researching that will improve the caps.
Civilian structure complete. Our time is short.
Fleet under attack.
Empire research complete.
Oh, I need tech tier 2 to do that. Okay, that's why it's taking so much. Okay.
Warfare research tier complete.
Okay, that would explain why that's taking a while. Alright, okay.
What would you ask of me?
And I need more supply. So supply now does not take up a massive amount of maintenance costs, which is really nice. Supply now
Our
just
time
yeah,
is short.
it just doesn't. I think you pay an infrastructure cost. It's not very much though. So you can build your fleet up as much as you
I
want.
need orders.
So long as you stay within the supply limit, it doesn't cost you anything extra.
Empire research complete. What would you ask of me? Our time is short.
Time to bid. Place am I.
Planet lockdown complete. Build more Empire labs.
Okay, I don't have any Empire Labs at the moment. Influence is used to bid on auctions. It's also used for minor factions. I don't really find minor factions particularly good in this game, so I generally don't really bother with them. But we can
Scouts have discovered a
build an
colonizable
exotic
planet.
refinery.
Upgrade logistics to unlock more civilian slots. Empire research complete.
Just seeing what I can build here. Min uplane,
Logistics upgrade
Xeno
complete.
settlement. So, the extra cost you have things in this game are exotics. So this is for technology and capital ships and stuff like that. So you find them by colonizing planets or collecting loot boxes or you know how you normally get stuff in an RTS. So you use these to build ships and stuff like that. Oops. You can also, if you don't have them, you have to make them, and that's where the refineries come in. So you only really need one refinery if you're not going to be building that quick, because it'll just queue up an unlimited number of them. But if you want to do mass production later in the game, you'll need one.
You've won the auction, mate.
Oh, wow. Is no one else bidding on these? Okay. Well, that's good for me. Oh, let's see. What other Empire research can I do?
Scouts have discovered a colonizable planet. Logistics upgrade
I'll
complete.
up this to... so I can get up to tier 2
Empire
then?
research complete.
Just seeing if there's any other tier 1 techs I want to get. Maybe Nanite Survey.
Warfare research complete.
Sins of a Solar Empire is a 4X game that's a lot more RTS-ish, if that makes sense. Like, this is designed to be more, like, a little faster paced and kind of more actiony than something like that. Winter said it was like Stellaris meets StarCraft, which I wouldn't really agree with, but this is supposed to be like more cinematic and more, I don't know, kind of action-ish, more focused on combat. It's supposed to be somewhere in between, like like an Empire manager like Stellaris or Civ or something like that, and like a conventional RTS. I think it leans more in the former, but that's, I think, was the idea when they came up with this. Let's see. Do a Xeno settlement, metal-seeking nanites.
Empire research complete.
Okay, I can get tier 2 of Empire research.
Complete.
Right, I'm just getting some more ships and then we'll go in. It's on Steam. It's interesting because Rebellion, which is the... So, Sins of a Solar Empire 1 came out in 2008, which I played a lot. I've even played it as recently as this year. This game is very, very moddable. So, you have a very active modding community. So, there was like a version of Thrawn's Revenge for this. There was Sins of the Prophets, which was like the Halo one. There is one based on Battlestar Galactica. There is a Star Trek one. There was a Stargate one, because you can model all the ships really easily in this. So that's partially the big draw. Is I like the base game, but there'll be mods. There'll even just be mods that like will increase the amount of research or stuff like that, or make the factions a bit more different. That's kind of like one of the really big draws with Sins of a Solar Empire, is that kind of stuff. So the Visari are the... So I guess maybe talk about the factions. So the Visari are an alien faction. They're currently nomads. They used to control a large portion of the galaxy, but an unknown threat showed up and has been chasing them across the galaxy ever since. They're reduced to kind of a shadow of what their former self was. And basically what they've been doing is just stopping at one location, strip mining all the planets, and then moving on. However, when they reached our portion of the galaxy, they ran into the traders, the Trade Federation, and the Trade Federation was able to put up an actual fight to them in a way they hadn't really dealt with before. So they're kind of stuck at the moment, and they're not able to really they're not able to get the resources they need to press onward. So half of them are just desperately trying to grab what they can and keep moving, because from their warning beacons they can tell that the unknown threat is pursuing them. Now there's going to be a fourth faction added in at some point. I'm assuming it's the unknown threat that's chasing the Visari is most likely what it's going to be. But so they're in a war. The traders have formed the Trader Emergency Coalition, and they've gradually been militarizing over time as they've fought the Visari, and they were kind of at a stalemate, and then Advent showed up. Advent are an exiled group of humans who have undertaken extreme biological and spiritual research, and it's allowed them to have stuff like a hive mind and psionic powers and stuff like that. And they have a very weird alien collectivist culture that the traders, who tend to be more individualistic and capitalistic, find very disturbing. So they showed up, and currently there's like a three-way war between the factions, and no side is able to really gain a decisive advantage. And then there's sub-factions within them. So either it's going to be settled through diplomacy, one side is going to be able to finally militarily win, or the threat that's chasing the Visari will catch up with them and just wipe everybody out. So we have no idea what's chasing them, though, and that's kind of like the big mystery. So they are like the Chinese, who the Visari? I don't know if I'd say that. Their empire is was built basically entirely on slavery. They had dozens of sapient species working under them. They haven't really lived on planets in a long time. Generally speaking, they prefer to live on their capital ships rather than on a planet, and the planets were just occupied by slaves. So they have a bunch of unique abilities. You can put labs on your ships rather than on planets because they're nomads. So they have that. That's kind of a unique ability they have. If all their planets get destroyed, they can continue on playing with just a mobile fleet. They also have a bunch of other abilities. The Trade Coalition, as one might expect, is an industrial juggernaut. Their units are really ugly because they're all repurposed like industrial stuff. Like they all were previously used for other things. So they're all very ugly and utilitarian looking. But they have they're very unsophisticated, but they have brute force. They also, by virtue of being a massive capitalistic superpower, just have very extensive production capacity. They get the most overpowered technology in the game called pervasive economy, which gives you a percentage of all other factions' income. So I think you get like 5% of all money generated by every other faction, which is just ridiculous. The Visari also have regeneration. The traders don't really have shields on most of their ships. They tend to rely on armor. Advent tends to rely on shields, and Visari is somewhere in between. So you also have strike craft, so that's what the Visari bomber looks like. So let's just take a look at how that goes. There's point defense guns now, so some ships will be able to shoot down missiles mid-flight, which is pretty cool. Got the strike craft just going off on their own.
No bid. You missed out. Speed.
I don't know. I think the capital ships just look way better. I think that looks pretty cool. Even the smaller ships. That's always been one kind of the draws, is just that this game looks really nice. Especially just in terms of how it handles space combat.
Finally,
Let's see.
your orders. In position.
Try to get another capital ship.
Excellent
soon.
plan.
I think I have the resources, or almost the resources for one. So every faction has 5 capital ships. So the capital ships all fulfill the same roles, they just have different abilities. So there's like a battleship one, a capital ship that does colonization, a capital ship that carries strikecraft, a capital ship that is weak but has a bunch of different special abilities, and an anti-planet capital ship. So it's generally good to have a bunch. Normally it's good the first one to get is the colonizing one, because the normal colony ships are kind of weak. Plus the capital ships have special they like when they colonize planets, they get extra bonuses. So the Visari one gives free levels in mining when it capitalizes a planet, which is kind of cool.
Our time is short.
So this is something they introduced. In this one, there's loot crates.
Finally.
So if you pick up the loot crates, it gives your capital ships experience, and you get some resources, which is handy. What are Trump's chances? Okay, we're finally getting a political question. I don't really get why people are so like black-pilled about it, to be honest. I mean, I don't know if people were just I was never expecting this to be easy. I think people were naive when the polls were like showing Trump up by like 5 or 6 points. This was never going to be an easy election for Trump. This was always going to be a massive uphill battle. So I don't necessarily get like
The order is given.
immediately like doom and gloom just because the polls have gotten a lot closer. Like I said, I think I always thought that this was going to be a difficult election for Trump to win. I don't see like also why necessarily he's lost at this point in time. Yeah, like the Trump guys were running around saying that it was a slam dunk, that it was over. But even if he was the favorite, and I think he still probably is in a lot of ways, I think people got complacent and they just figured that the whole thing was a done deal. And this thing is never a done deal. You're talking about a massive country of hundreds of millions of people that's very divided. You have 2 candidates that are very divisive. Yeah, there we go. That's what a trade ship looks like. Kind of reminds me of the ABCs from Reboot. But yeah, like it's got all the turrets on it. People are disappointed with his campaign. Yeah, I mean, I think, and this was something, and I've always kind of had a bit of a different perspective on Trump. A lot of people thought that Trump was going to be Hitler reborn. Like I had a friend who literally said, I thought Trump was going to be Hitler, and when he wasn't Hitler, I was disappointed by it. And I never really thought that. And there were people who were like, Trump's going to establish the ethno state. Trump's going to expel all the immigrants. Trump's going to do this. Trump's going to do that. I never had that expectation. So I not disappointed in the same way that I think a lot of people are. with him and his performance. Um, as Serp had said, um, I thought that he would reduce overall immigration, secure the border, try to rebuild American industry, appoint decent judges to the Supreme Court, and have a more rational foreign policy.
Scouts have discovered a colonizing planet.
And I think pretty much like he delivered most of the stuff that he tried to. Like
Civilians
immigration dramatically fell during Trump's term in office. They were getting to a point where there was going to be a renegotiation of the trade deal with China. He got appointments to the Supreme Court. You may like them or not like them. He actually got Roe v. Wade done. I think, honestly, allowing the states to deal with it is a compromise that I can live with. I think that works. That works fine. I don't think I because if you try to deal with it on a national stage again, all that's going to happen is the Democrats are just going to get in power, pass legislation, and completely legalize it everywhere. So I think it's an okay compromise that we have to learn to live with. What else is there?
Scouts have discovered a colonizable planet.
I'll do crystalline nanites.
What would you ask of me? An excellent plan. Finally.
So he got that
Defense
done.
upgrade
As much as you might think that Gorsuch and Kavanaugh and Kumi Barrett suck, and they do in some ways, I don't think any of them are going to find a hate speech clause in the Constitution and overturn the First and Second Amendment. So they have that going for them. I think they did dodge a bullet there. Like, things could have gotten a lot worse. I think people just had extremely high expectations, and I'm not saying, like, you shouldn't have expectations, and I'm not trying to excuse Trump's many failures. But, like, once again, I think people unironically thought he was going to be Hitler reborn. And when he wasn't Hitler reborn, they got really, like, upset about
Have
it.
discovered a colonizable planet. What would you
For people who had more tempered expectations, I mean, let's ask this question. Is Trump better than... is he better than Bush, Romney, George H.W. Bush, John McCain? Like, he's way better than all of those people. Is he cringe? Is he kind of a boomer con? Yeah. But as I've said many times, we've reached kind of a point, and in Canada, I'm going to vote for Pierre Poilievre, even though Pierre Poilievre is an F slur and is really obnoxious and is cringy as fuck. I'm still going to vote for him because he is against hate speech laws and he wants criminals to be put in jail. And Justo doesn't want, he wants hate speech laws and he wants criminals to not be put in jail. So that's alone worth me voting for him because, I don't know, I live in a very I live in a very high crime city, and Poilievre wants to bring back mandatory minimums, which I'm in favor of. Mandatory minimums are really important because otherwise liberal judges will just let criminals out of jail. And I know, fuck the police suck, and I agree that the police suck, but at the same time, like, especially in my country where the population is disarmed, I prefer, like, leadership who want some sort of, like, social order. like I said, that people who commit crimes go to jail. It's just, I know it's kind of ridiculous that we've reached the point that this is like a serious question we're having, but I mean, this is where the whole like two-tier policing thing comes in.
Exploratory nanites have found exotic resources.
Okay, just keep upgrading stuff.
Hostile forces are sieging our planet.
Where?
Warfare research complete.
I don't see where the hostile forces were sieging my planet. Maybe it was an illusion. Okay. So yeah, like you can see, for instance, on volcanic planets, the Visari can build weapon labs, which are the equivalent of 3 normal weapon labs, but don't take up civilian slots.
Exploratory nanites have found exotic resources.
I love the Visari
What would you ask
announcer.
of me?
He just sounds like such a supervillain.
See to it.
Let's see. Admin uplink. So yeah, no, this game is really good. It just took a bit of getting used to. I'm sure those of you who have played this before go, yeah, a lot of this looks very familiar. But there's a lot of additional stuff they added. As far as balancing goes, I don't know how it's balanced or not. It's kind of hard when you're talking about something that's just very complicated. That's just extensive like this, I guess, to really know if it's balanced or not. I think it feels fine so far. I think Advent is a little underwhelming, but is overall okay.
Fleet
Overall pretty good.
established. Preparing for phase jump. Our time is short.
I think I screwed
Fleet
up.
assignment approved. Your orders. Fleet assignment approved. What is it now? Fleet assignment approved. Poised to strike. Research rate upgrade complete.
Here we go.
Fleet assignment approved. Scouts have discovered a colonizable planet.
Right.
I need orders.
That.
Absolutely. An excellent plan.
What research next? I'll do improved crew training.
Empire research complete.
The the Ukrainian Army Cope Offensive. I mean, it's not going well. So the narrative I've heard, which I think kind of makes the most sense, is Russia figured out it was coming a couple weeks in advance. They didn't have time to move a substantial number of troops to the area. They started moving what they could, and they didn't really have time to dig in trenches. So they what they came up with was kind of trying to turn the thing into something of an ambush and something of a trap for the Ukrainian army. So they've been drawn in, their supply lines are overextended, and they're attempting to just kind of bleed them dry. And if you look at it, Ukraine's losing a lot of equipment, particularly tanks. They lost a Patriot battery. They're losing Bradleys. I mean, they're out in the open at the moment. They're not hiding behind it. There's no like fortifications. There's not really. I think there might be some forests maybe, but there's not really terrain they can hide behind. So they're just kind of out in the open, just getting slagged, like just punched to the face over and over and over again. There's not a lot they can do. I'm not sure what Russia's doing. If Russia's just waiting to get an overwhelming amount of force together, and then they're just going to surge forward. Or if what they're going to do is what they've done this whole war is just very cautiously and slowly start to push them out of Kursk. Because once again, like I said, the Ukrainians don't have fortified lines. They don't have air cover. They don't have air defense. So they're just kind of sitting ducks, and Russia doesn't really need to kick them out anytime in the foreseeable future. They're contained. So it might take a while. The thing, once again, to keep in mind, and it can be hard to explain this because people will just say it's a cope, and I'm guilty of this too. People try, and I'm guilty of this, but it's something I really shouldn't do, and it's something all of us really shouldn't do, is call anything that's an explanation a cope. Because sometimes there just is an explanation, and it's complicated, and it's not exactly like 100% one thing or 100% another thing. So, like I said, I'm guilty of that. People say it's a cope that Russia isn't concerned with optics, really. So they might be choosing, in part, to not... They might be able, if they wanted to, be able to redeploy enough troops to kick Ukraine out. But they might be thinking, okay, well, if we do that, we take heavy casualties. It's better to take this opportunity to just hurt them with FABs and artillery and cruise missiles and stuff. And if we do too much, then we'll risk sacrificing momentum elsewhere. And I think that is kind of the way that they are thinking about this.
I need orders.
So, once again, if you want to say that is a cope for the fact that they lost a bunch of territory, they didn't even lose that much territory. If you look at it, it's not like a huge amount of ground they lost. So what I've heard is that Russia was maybe planning an offensive in Kursk, or to move more troops into the Kharkov region. So they had reserves somewhat in the area. So they're rushing their reserves there, and they will gradually make it there. It's just it might just take a little while. Meanwhile, the Russians have not sacrificed momentum elsewhere. As Base Caulfield is pointing out, they are continuing on in other parts of the front line, mainly in Donbass. I think it's important to keep in mind that for the Russians, Donbass has always been what this war's been about. It's what they started this war over, and it's always been the main focus. It's just that things don't move very fast there because there's so many just big fortified cities there. There's just a lot of like fortified settlements there, and the Russians kind of have to just go through them one after another as kind of this slow, methodical plotting thing. I'll answer your question in a moment, Zoomer. I'm just going to finish this off. So, and I was on Charlemagne's channel. We had a really good show. He brought on some other people, and we just kind of gave our overall takes on the Russo-Ukraine war. So somebody had pointed out that the big thing that's different and why Bakhmut was such a mess is Russia didn't have FABs at the time, and they didn't really have a way to destroy apartment buildings. Because Soviet apartment buildings are just very hard to destroy because they're concrete, they're steel, they're massively overbuilt. They're just very resistant to any kind of damage, including even just artillery doesn't work particularly well against them. So because of that, they didn't really have an easy way to deal with them. But that's been remedied with the FAB bombs, because they are big enough. They're like 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 kilogram bombs. And they are big enough that they will just split open the giant apartment buildings. So they're able to just
Logistics
level
upgrade complete.
stuff that they weren't really able to before. So they don't have to try to like break through into it normally. It's just easier for them compared to how it was in the first place. Let's see here.
Warfare research complete. Empire research complete.
Your arguments are compelling. I shall stand with you. Your words do not resonate. For now, it's a no.
Yeah, the territory that Ukraine has captured are small villages. It's actually hard to tell how much territory Ukraine's even taken in Kursk because, yeah, like a lot of it is fields. A lot of the so-called settlements are like a couple cottages. It's not really a significant amount of land. A lot of them don't even appear on maps. So.
Civilian structure complete.
So the Steelman, which I don't have the link at the moment, but if you want to go watch it, somebody gave their Steelman opinion. So their opinion to try to justify this, like from a Ukrainian perspective, is even if you're losing a war, you have to act like you're trying to win it, and even if there really isn't a good option, you have to do something. So this is like the best bad idea Ukraine was able to come up with to actually try to get the initiative rather than just slowly getting worn down and done off. And that was their theory, which I think was kind of an interesting theory.
Warfare research complete. Civilian structure complete.
Resilient metalloids. Oh, cool, artifacts. So I can equip that to my one of my ships. Equip that to him.
Speak. Preparing for phase jump.
Nano repair swarm. Nano catalyzer swarm. Okay, thermogenesis and okay, heat shock proteins I have. Let's see, those keep. Just I always want to be researching something and keep upgrades going. Just when I come across the AI, it'll be a lot easier. I have a massive crystal shortage at the moment, though.
Our glory shall be restored.
Okay, so I will, I don't really, sorry, I'll just, Zoomer's been patient. I don't really know. I don't, like, once again, I haven't read Moldbug. I've never been particularly interested in Moldbug. I don't know anything about his connection to J.D. Vance. So I can't really tell you much in terms of that. I don't really know much about J.D. Vance in general, to be honest. I don't think Trump should have picked him as VP. If I was Trump, as I said, I think what the people who it would have been logical for him to pick as VP, just purely based on politics, would have been Glenn Youngkin, Lee Zeldin, or who else is there? The problem is a lot of them are from Florida. I think either of those probably would have been good. Honestly, I think Marco Rubio wouldn't have been that bad. If he could have... Trump would have had to change his residency. I don't think he would have been a bad choice either. I'm trying to think. I think there were some other people that I had said would be... Ben Carson. There was Ben Carson. I thought, like, once again, that would have been an okay pick. I don't think it really adds anything, but I don't think it really hurts. I mean, everybody likes Ben Carson. I don't know too many people who don't like him. So he wouldn't have been terrible.
Empire research complete.
He's boring, but he's kind of boring in a good way. Hopefully they'll give him a cabinet posting again. That he can do. Had sex with a couch. Vance, I just feel doesn't add anything to the ticket, and he's
Standing
too
by.
I don't know if controversial. It's just I don't think VP really matters that much, but I think ideally you want to take someone from a swing state and someone who kind of rounds out the ticket. The JD Vance comes from the same wing of the Republican Party as Donald Trump, so I don't really see what he adds. I think Glenn Youngkin would have been good for not only just because he's from Virginia, but he has good optics. People like him. Suburbanites like him. He probably would have been good for that. Ben Carson, Trump's never winning the black vote, but he's just very inoffensive. He's very likable. Once again, Trump could probably use him to go speak to some people who he probably wouldn't be the best at talking to. Lee Zeldin, background aside, is a very good organizer. I get that he is a member of the tribe, but he did do a very good job in New York with his campaign. He's definitely very competent, good at organizing, good at politics. So from a purely political perspective, I think he wouldn't have been a bad choice. Rubio is not as bad.
Logistics upgrade
As
complete.
people think he is.
Our
I looked at it. If you go to Numbers USA, which is the immigration voting list, Rubio has a plus on it. He's pretty. He's kind of learned his lesson. He's voted pretty consistently on immigration restrictions. I just don't think he would have been a bad pick. Who else was in the running? There was what's her name, the governor of South Dakota. She was kind of a dumpster fire with the whole pupper cost and whatever the fuck that was. Let me see. Let me see who else was on the short list.
military structure complete.
Doug Burgum, I think, is probably a snake. I don't trust him. Tulsi Gabbard is just too... is just kind of weird. Vivek is... I don't trust Vivek. Vivek seems like a snake, too. Tim Scott is just... I mean, he wouldn't be the worst pick because he's just kind of boring. But in an okay way. Kristi Noem was, overrated. Elise Stefanik wouldn't have been the worst. Just looking who else. Byron Donalds wouldn't have been bad. It's just he doesn't have enough experience. Carrie Lake would have been bad. I don't think Nancy Mace would have been the worst. I don't know. I think he should have just picked someone from the a second person with broad appeal. Maybe someone from more of the traditional conservative wing, or from the older school conservative wing, someone from the side of the party that's represented by Ted Cruz or something like that. Obviously not pick Ted Cruz, but kind of someone who's more conventionally conservative.
Complete.
I think Pence.
I need orders.
I think the purpose of Pence was that because he was like an evangelical or whatever, he kind of gave a lot of social conservatives permission to vote for Trump.
Not enough crystal.
Which I think was kind of his appeal. So
Civilian structure complete. Not enough crystal.
oh, hey man. Yep, streaming this. So that's with regards to that. Now,
I need orders.
to go back to the question about Iran, so there's a lot of speculation as to what Iran's doing. Now, I was pretty sure they were holding off because a couple days after the assassination, they called for a conference of the Organization of Islamic States,
Logistics upgrade.
and they were
complete.
able to get a. I am playing as Vasari Alliance. Oh, what was I thinking of again?
Civilian structure complete. Civilian structure complete.
Okay, stasis lab.
Our fleet has engaged the enemy.
Maybe I'll throw up a couple. I have no crystal. It's too bad.
Military structure complete. Civilian structure complete. Planet lockdown complete. Standing by. Finally.
Anyway, so Iran, I think, was waiting for that. Now, Russia, there was reports that Russia was moving a whole bunch of air defense weapons into Iran and distributing them throughout the country. So that probably is part of it, actually, that they were waiting for all that stuff to get online. Yeah, Vasari Alliance is a continuation of Vasari Rebels.
Defense upgrade complete. Civilian structure complete.
There's also, I think there's a chance that they're trying to, like, psych Israel out. So they're trying to, like, say that they're going to do something and then basically just get Israel really nervous until Israel inevitably just attacks again. And then it looks really bad. I think that could be what they're doing, is they're trying to bait Israel into doing another preemptive
Artifact has
attack.
been discovered by our nanites. We
But
are
I'm
ready
not
to
sure.
exploit his potential. Exploratory nanites have found exotic resources. Don't.
I feel like the Vasari announcer needs a cough drop.
I need orders.
Like, he feels like it sounds like he sandpapers his throat.
I'll see to it. Civilian structure complete. Defense upgrade complete.
Oh, oops, I haven't really been researching stuff. It's too bad.
Civilian structure complete.
So, I think so here's the problem Iran has, is
Military structure
if they
complete.
show restraint, which not only the US has asked them and the EU has, but their allies in Russia and China and India have also asked them to show restraint. And if they do that, if they try to behave like the adult in the room, they get in big trouble. They get called weak. The Western media tries to goad them into starting World War III. However, if they were to strike back, then the U.S. has basically said we're going to go to war to protect Israel. So they're kind of in a lose-lose situation. And they might just not be entirely sure what they're going to do at this point in time. If it's better to try to just go in. I think also the U.S. gaslights them a fair amount, because I think what had happened is after they bombed the embassy, Iran launched the attack. I think the U.S. went to them.
Logistics upgrade.
I think the U.S. went to the Iranians and said, what was it again?
Planet item online.
Okay, this was bad. We will talk to Netanyahu. We'll get him under control. Just do your limited counterstrike, and then we'll just move past this. And I think Iran believed them, and then Netanyahu just immediately turned it up to 11 again. And I think that's kind of the issue they're coming across. And I think Russia and China have been telling them to not do anything. So it's a hard state to be in.
Military structure complete.
Israel does also have atomics. It's important to keep that in mind. No, like, I'm not disagreeing with you, Base Caulfield. It is hard to ignore you when you assassinate a foreign head of state on a diplomatic mission. I mean, it's kind of almost impossible to ignore that. The point that I'm trying to make is that
Excellent plan.
Time to bid.
what is the point
Place
I'm
them
trying to
high.
make?
Civilian structure complete. Defense upgrade complete. Military structure complete.
Oh, I just completely lost my train of thought there. The U.S. doesn't see it that way. Israel could, like, literally nerve gas the entire Gaza Strip. Like, just sarin nerve gas it. Like, kill every last Palestinian. They could use nuclear weapons against Lebanon. They could they could release biological weapons, and the U.S. would unconditionally back them, regardless of what happened. So that's kind of the situation Iran's in, wherein the U.S. views assassinating a head of state on a diplomatic mission as not being an aggressive action, because they're so pathologically obsessed with Israel, is kind of the issue. Now, what would happen if Iran and America went to war? I don't think... Okay, so I think it's important to always keep in mind when we talk about these hypotheticals, what would victory for the U.S. be if they were to go to war with Iran? It's cool that they added in crystal planets. I hadn't even thought of crystal planets or Ferris planets, but it's cool.
Warfare research
It's an interesting
complete.
idea. Definitely, particularly, I think the textures are a lot
You've won
better.
the auction, mate.
Our fleet has engaged the enemy.
I'm just building my economy up. I'm gonna
Exploratory
eventually
nanites have found exotic
get like my
resources.
doomsday fleet together and then start going. Let's see.
Logistics upgrade complete.
Let's see. I want to take one of those, another culture beacon, and another refinery. Let's see what the ice planet looks like. This planet looks pretty cool. Asteroid looks really cool, actually. Yeah, it looks a lot more like an actual asteroid. Once again, in particular, the textures just really impress me. More than kind of any other aspect of the graphics.
Empire research tier complete. Planet lockdown complete.
I await your command.
I'll see to it. Civilian
I think
structure
isn't the
complete.
U.S. technically self-sufficient in terms of
Research
oil now
complete.
because of fracking?
Civilian structure
I know the
complete.
fracking oil isn't like that isn't the best, but I think they are, aren't they now? I could be wrong.
Logistics upgrade complete.
Oh, let's see.
We lack the cornium required.
Oh, start
Civilian
getting
structure
phase
complete.
gates sometime in the near future. Just keep upgrading all the other stuff. I still have like no crystal. I guess I'm spending a lot of money, but that's what it's there for. It's important to try to keep your money down in these games.
Empire research complete.
So I need to get the Matter hypercompiler, because the Matter hypercompiler is expensive, but it just gives you a ton of additional resources. So
Not enough
I
crystal.
just don't have quite enough crystal for it yet. My understanding, though, is like, isn't fracking really dangerous and bad for the environment? Like especially bad. Because I've just heard that it's not like it's really bad. I don't know how sustainable it is. I think from my understanding, it's extremely energy intensive. It causes geological problems. I don't know. I just don't know if that's really a long-term solution. I think at some point
Exploratory nanites have found exotic resources.
I do think we have to do something to get away from oil at some point. I think the
Warfare
people
research
who
complete. Military structure
think that
complete.
it's just
Civilian
somehow going to
structure
resolve
complete.
itself or something are kind
Scouts
of
have
delusional.
discovered a colonizable
but
planet.
it's just kind of hard to
Time
do it.
is short. An excellent plan.
The biggest issue that I see, and the reason that's kind of holding us back, is we don't really have a cost-effective, extensive way of storing electricity on
Logistics
mass.
upgrade complete.
I don't think if we had more efficient batteries, I think it would be more viable to switch to an electric economy. That's one of the big problems with most sources of renewable energy. And I just know this coming from Ontario. So in Ontario, we've invested a lot into renewable energy. The problem is that when the renewable energy is available, it's not when people need it. So like the wind energy, there's a lot of wind energy, but the wind energy tends to be available during
Destruction sequence commenced. It no longer serves
during
the
winter and
needs of
at
our
night,
empire.
when less
Destruction
electricity is
sequence
needed,
commenced.
normally
It
speaking,
no
because
longer
I think we
serves
tend to
the
use
needs
gas
of
heat.
our empire.
And so the issue that
Destruction
you come
sequence
across in that
commenced.
in that
serves the
situation
needs of our
is
empire. Civilian structure complete.
there's no way to store it. So one of the things we come across is Ontario sells a lot of its electricity to the U.S. for pennies on the dollar because you have all this excessive capacity that's not being used, and there's no way to really store it, and there's no way to really So that's part of the issue.
Defense upgrade complete.
The only real like renewable tech, the only non fossil fuel technologies I really see as viable at the moment are hydro and nuclear. I've heard so many different things about how much uranium we have left, though. Ranging from we have like a near limitless amount to we have almost none. It's kind of all over the place what I've heard regarding it. I'm not really sure who to believe regarding what uranium reserves are like at the moment.
Civilian structure complete.
I've heard back and forth as to whether thorium is a worthy successor to what we're currently using. I definitely think there are a lot of ways we could improve upon nuclear weapon. Sorry, it's not nuclear weapons, on nuclear energy. China's building a thorium reactor. Yeah, there's just the problem is, and
I await your command.
just we don't have anything that's efficient enough to serve as a battery for all these sources. Also, well, electric cars have gotten a lot better. Is there any is there a successor coming to lithium ion? Because I kind of feel like we've reached the limit as to what you can do with lithium ion batteries at this point in time, and we're going to need some sort of successor technology to continue.
I await your command. Finally. Empire research complete. An auction is underway.
All right.
Scouts have discovered a colonizable planet.
It's funny that there's that movie that came out, Planet of the Humans, and they don't mention nuclear power in it, which I found fascinating. Like, they mention how every other form of power doesn't work, but they don't mention nuclear. My issue with that movie is that they don't provide any solutions. They just basically say we're screwed, and it's just kind of like, okay, that's not helpful.
Research complete.
I get it that all this green energy is like a scam, but is there something we should be doing instead? And it's like, no.
Civilian structure complete. Logistics upgrade complete. Civilian structure complete.
What's with your silence on the
The auction.
Liberite Empire's recent conquest of Venus? Are you in the pocket of the Plopers? I'm sure that is a code for something edgy. I just don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
An excellent
I'm a boomer.
plan.
I'm not really
Preparing for
sure what that
phase
means.
Jump. Warfare research tier complete. Warfare research complete. Our fleet has engaged the enemy. Empire research complete.
All right, I'm gonna get some Matter hypercompilers up and running, and then I should have enough to just start mass producing stuff. And the goal is we're just gonna get an army big enough that I can just surge forward and just crush everything in my path.
Civilian structure complete. Planet lockdown complete. Logistics upgrade complete.
No, the media stopped talking about climate change. Yeah, you're right though. I agree with you. I feel like global warming is no longer the current thing. Although we have those like anti-oil protesters, it's confusing. It's the left has so many like current thing causes. I feel like they can't even keep track of them, like what they're supposed to be protesting about on a particular day. And so it leads to this kind of like difficulty either forming any sort of a narrative.
Civilian structure complete. Civilian structure complete.
Oh, that's cool. Planet crystallizer. Okay.
Research rate
I will
upgrade
that
complete.
stuff.
Exploratory nanites have found exotic resources. Our fleet has engaged the enemy. Civilian structure complete.
Okay, matter hypercompiler. Get that. Just, I actually have quite a bit of money now, so I'm just going through and getting all the production planet upgrades. Let's see.
Planet item online. Empire research complete.
Okay, there we go. We have the high production stuff online. Okay, cool. Great.
Planet lockdown complete.
Okay, there we go.
Standing by. Civilian structure complete. Logistics upgrade complete. Maximum civilian orbit slots reached.
Okay, I will just wait for that, and then I will be able to
Maximum
jump
civilian
out.
orbit slots reached. Empire research complete.
Okay.
More metal is required. Civilian structure complete. More metal is required.
Okay, there we go. What do I need for tier 4? Okay, I have enough for tier 4 actually. I kind of want tier 4 so I can get a Titan. Let's see. Research the next tier of extraction.
Planet item online. Civilian structure complete.
Interracial district. Diversity is our strength because I'm playing Visari Alliance.
Defense upgrade complete.
Actually, you know what? If I'm going to be mass producing, I could use some additional exotic refineries just so that I can build maybe 3 or 4 at a time. I've seen him play this game for a while now. It's good. It's really good. I think it's a worthy successor. I don't really see a need to go back to Sins 1. I'm really hyped for the mods. You know, I'll turn the speed up a little. I should have done that a while back, but it is what it is.
Civilian structure complete.
There we go. I'm just waiting for the phase tunnel to finish. Or did it finish? No. And then I'll jump
Planet
back to
item online.
Ganymede, and then from
Structure
Ganymede
complete.
we will just start mass producing shit. Just as much stuff as I can build. Ugh. I'll upgrade my supply in the meantime while we're waiting for that.
Exploratory nanites have found exotic resources. Civilian structure complete. Logistics upgrade complete.
Okay, I have a matter hypercompiler there. I'll build one
Empire
here.
research complete.
I need a little more metal. If I can just get my metal production up a bit more, I should be good to start my offensive plans. I don't really need to worry about getting to tier 4.
Civilian structure complete.
Tier 5. Tier 4 is probably fine for this game. Let's see, Xeno production.
Time to bid. Place am I.
Civilian structure complete.
Extreme heat metabolism.
Warfare research complete.
Okay, so phase tunnel is complete.
I
So
await
let's
your
see if they work
command.
the same way they did in the first
Civilian
game.
structure complete. An excellent
Yep, it looks like they
plan.
do. They can just directly jump. It looks like my ally is like winning on its own. I don't know how that's even like possible because I haven't been
Empire
attacking
research
him,
complete.
and yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense. So it seems like he's just
Civilian
doing it
structure
completely by
complete.
himself.
Let this be a lesson. Next time, pay up.
Oh, I didn't. Okay, I didn't get that.
Civilian structure complete.
Okay, let's see.
I
Let's
await
start
your
building
command.
now. I'll get 20 skirmishers. 16. Get 20 assailants.
Civilian structure complete. I need orders.
I'll get a couple overseers,
Planet
I guess.
item online.
Maybe I'll get another 2. I need at least 1 fabricator because it allows you to do
Warfare research
Um,
complete.
retrofits. And then I'll probably get a bunch of corvettes, and then I just need capital ships. And big cruisers. Capital ships and big cruisers.
Empire research complete. More metal is required.
Corvettes are actually really good in this game.
More metal is required.
Have I ever played Until Dawn? No, I haven't. Until Dawn is the, that is the Quantic Dreams game, I think? Is it?
More metal is
I think.
required.
I think it's Quantic Dreams. But no, I have not played Until Dawn. Okay.
planet item online.
It's a horror game. Yeah, isn't it kind of? It's made by the same people who
Warfare
made
research complete.
what's it called again? What's that game called? Heavy Rain, and there's a couple other ones. Beyond Two Souls. I think they also did Detroit Become Human. Am I thinking of the right studio?
Empire research complete. Warfare research complete. Standing by.
Oh, let's see. What is it for? Is it for PS4?
Warfare research tier
Because I don't have a PS4, so I can't play that if it's for PS4. I tried playing The Last of Us. I don't know. I just didn't like The Last of Us. I just didn't find it very good, to be honest. I think I quit The Last of Us like a couple hours into it. I just thought it was kind of meh. Let's see. Debris Reclamation. It's only for PS4, yeah. I have a PS3.
I await your command.
I don't have it with me. I have it back at home. I'd have to probably get it at Christmas. PS3 was like I got it literally just to get just to get Demon Souls and Persona 5. Those were the two things that I really wanted to get for it, and I got both, and I enjoyed both. That was back before. That was during COVID.
Empire research
That was during
complete.
COVID, and I was technically employed, but there was nothing to do at my job, and everyone was working from home.
I need orders.
So I got through Persona 5
Warfare research
during that time
complete.
period.
Our glory shall be restored.
Okay. Another cool thing is you can get your capital ships to auto pick abilities. So they will just automatically grab some. So I don't have to do that, which is nice. Or I guess only Visari Exodus gets shipborne labs. Okay, here's a question for the chat. Okay, so who is best girl in Persona 4 and who is best girl in Persona 5? I think that's like the big question that we need to address.
Is underway. Empire research complete.
In 4, I would say it's either Yukiko or Rise. I actually like Rise quite a bit. I wasn't expecting to like her, but I actually wound up liking her a lot more than I thought I would. I like that her whole fear is like becoming a thought. Like her whole
Ally has
desire
lost
in life is to
colony.
not become one. Makoto? Yeah, Makoto's good. I like Makoto too. I think she's overwhelmingly
You failed
preferred.
to place a bid.
Generally speaking, I think most people who have a pick in Persona 5 have Makoto as their best girl.
My power is unmatched.
Okay. Okay. I think I have a big enough army now to go on the offensive. So we will just save and we will head out. All right, guys, let's head out. There's an asteroid called Abkhazia.
I'll see to it.
Based? Oh, no, actually.
An excellent plan.
Oh, I should build a phase one there as well. Just don't have the capacity for it.
Destruction sequence commenced. It no longer serves the needs of our empire. Destruction sequence commenced. It no longer serves the needs of our empire. Maximum civilian orbit slots reached.
There we go.
Warfare research complete.
Okay, so how am I gonna get there? What's the...
I need orders.
I'll see to it.
Okay. Alright, let's go.
An excellent plan.
I admit I probably just am too cautious when I play this. I tend to just focus on macro, and then once I just get like a big Omega army,
Our ally
I just
has
go in and
lost
just
a colony.
crush everything in front of me. Tends to be how it goes. Let's see.
Preparing for phase jump.
This will be cool to watch. I'm not sure where my enemies' fleets are. Exactly. Oh, Pirates of the Greatest movie. I'm gonna have to like hard disagree. The first one was good. I thought the second and third one were not good, to be honest. And the fourth one like made me want to gouge my eyes out.
Warfare research complete.
Oh, Pirates 4.
I need orders.
Oh, you made me
Insufficient
think of
credits.
Pirates 4. At World's End was lame. On Stranger Tides was lame. The only good part of it was the Jamaican Haitian woman with her accent. David Jones. David Jones.
Civilian structure
Why
complete.
why don't you love me anymore,
Phase
David
jump.
Jones? Okay, here we go. All right.
Standing by.
So it looks like since I'm neutral to those
Warfare research
factions, I don't have to
complete.
worry about
Preparing
them
for phase jump.
trying to kill me,
It was
which is
over with your
nice.
fancy words and your coin. All right, you twisted me arm. All right, you twisted me arm.
Death to the enemy. Death to the enemy.
Time to be.
Okay, let's see how the planet bombardment looks. Oh, it's not terrible. It could be better. It's not like the best. It's not
Empire
the worst.
research complete. The planet is ours for the taking. Planet lockdown complete. sighted a Titan-class warship.
Oh, okay.
I await your command. Finally.
Okay, here we go. Here we go. We'll have the big Omega battle now. No, I haven't seen Shadow Town
Down
Jack
the
Nicholson.
metal market.
Sorry, mate. Better look in the next auction.
Okay. Seen our culture. And then...
Warfare research complete.
do that, and then...
Logistics upgrade
Okay, so here we go, guys. This should be the big battle. I've got the big Omega fleet together. So...
Empire research complete.
I like the new Cordal Devastator. Looks pretty cool.
Quickly.
Let's see the carrier. Yeah, the carrier looks cool.
Initiated. My power is unmatched.
Phase space effect looks pretty cool. Okay, here we go. We have a big fleet battle. Oops. No.
Empire researched here.
Maybe there really isn't that
Our
much.
fleet has engaged the enemy. Civilian structure complete.
Oh, they're retreating. Okay,
Warfare
so they just
research
opted
complete.
to retreat.
Standing by.
Okay,
Fleet
run away, you
assignment
pussies.
approved. Speak. Yes. The time has come to kill. Defense upgrade complete. More metal is required. The
Okay,
planet is
planet's
ours for
been
the
taken.
taking. Planet lockdown complete. Empire research complete. Civilian structure complete.
Let's see. What do I need to... For the
Speed.
Titan, I need more... crystal and...
Military structure complete.
Mainly crystal.
Military structure complete.
Okay, cool. Alright, Titan is being produced.
Warfare research complete. Insufficient credits. Military structure complete.
Okay, let's keep going. Our reinforcements will
An
eventually get there.
excellent plan. Empire research
Oh, okay.
complete.
Actually, I'll join in my ally
Finally.
if he's attacking there.
An excellent plan. Defense upgrade complete. Military structure complete.
You put a lot fewer items in gravity wells this time. I think they tried to just simplify it. I kind of miss just having a whole bunch, but I guess it kind of makes sense. Let's see.
Military structure complete.
I have a couple reviews I need to do soon. I have a vision of Escaflowne, one I keep meaning to do and I keep forgetting about
Military
doing.
structure complete.
That's up there.
Maximum
I'm trying to
civilian
remember what the other
orbit
ones
slots
were. There was a
reached.
couple other ones.
Let the bidding commence.
I don't think I'm gonna buy property at the moment. The market's just too bad. I thought about it, but I'm kind of leaning towards not doing it. So
Military structure complete. Our time is short. Finally. Civilian structure complete. I'll see to it. Empire research complete. Civilian structure complete.
Yep, I want a phase gate.
Exploratory nanites have found exotic resources.
So I kind of like, I feel like in this game, phase gate is more of a late game
Missed out.
tool than an early game tool.
Warfare research complete. Civilian structure complete.
I think in the other one it was mid to second.
Empire research complete. Our time
Mid to
is
second. What am I
short.
talking about?
Our ally has lost a colony.
What's going on? Basically, I've just got an Omega army together, and I'm just blowing through everything in my path.
Planet item online. Defense upgrade complete. Empire research complete.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I have this massive fleet I managed to put together. We have capital ships, cruisers, frigates, corvettes. All right, boys, let's jump.
Civilian structure complete. Military structure complete. Our time is short. Warfare research complete.
Oh, did I not tell them to jump? Oh, okay, well.
An excellent plan.
Nah, Blazing Saddles I used to like, but I don't like it now for obvious reasons. Which I can't say I do too.
Logistics upgrade complete.
Okay, here we go.
Our fleet has
They're just
engaged
running
the
away
enemy.
again. This just seems to be like a... That's kind of one of my issues with the AI in this game, is they just seem to run away constantly and never really give any kind of fight.
What would you ask of me?
Okay, alright. The Titan should be getting here soon.
Me. The planet is ours for the taking. Planet lockdown complete. Warfare research complete. Moving forward, it will be done. What does the Empire command? Finally.
Like, they just keep running away. It's kind of annoying. It's like some bosses in Elden Ring. It's like dragon bosses in
More
Elden Ring.
metal is required.
It's interesting that the phase gate is a civilian structure now instead of a military one.
Logistics upgrade complete.
Okay. They jumped there as I jumped out. That's kind of funny.
Our fleet has engaged the enemy. Speak.
Okay, well, I might as well destroy this planet while I'm there. Yeah.
Ready to
Yeah, so for those of you who aren't aware, so Visari have a technology called phase gate, which allows ships to jump between planets that aren't connected by
Hostile
phase
forces are
lanes.
sieging our planet. Empire research complete. What would you ask of me? The planet is ours for the taking. One of our colonies has been lost.
So I'm able to send my Titan all the way across the map
Be done.
without having to worry about
Unmatched.
anything else.
Warfare research complete. Defense upgrade complete.
Okay, let's see here. Are they actually gonna let me? Are they actually gonna fight me this time? Although now I'm out of position, so this is probably gonna be to their advantage.
Our
But
time is short.
whatever.
More metal is required.
I should have a big economic advantage by this part in the game. So let's just watch this fight. Just complete and total chaos. As everything's shooting each other. Yeah, this is Advent. Advent has very artistic, elegant designs for things.
Our fleet has engaged the enemy.
So it looks like they're running away again like a
short.
bitch.
Phase engines engaging.
It's so annoying.
They're not going anywhere.
And they're just jumping back to the previous planet again.
Empire research complete. The planet is ours for the taking. Planet lockdown.
Should get some phase
Warfare
shammers up and
research
running.
complete.
So they can't do that again.
Logistics upgrade complete.
Visari can't do strike craft anymore, which
What
kind of
would you
sucks.
ask of me? Moving forward. Military structure complete. Maximum military orbit.
Yep, there we go.
slots
There's the
reached.
new Visari.
Military
I think it looks
structure
really good,
complete.
actually.
Awaiting
The Vortal
prey.
Titan. Right, I should probably upgrade this thing before we go into battle, just so it can survive. I want plating. 1, 2,
Our ally has lost a colony.
3.
Military structure complete.
I want
Time to bid. Place am I.
damage
Military
increase.
structure complete. Logistics upgrade complete.
I'll take auxiliary hammer. Hanger. Phase cannon.
Empire research complete. Military structure complete.
I don't really need the beam modulator. I'll do
Warfare
the
research
gravity
complete.
pulse.
Military structure complete.
Let this be a lesson. Next time, pay up.
I want phase cannon. Wait, Sersky's dead? When did this happen? I haven't heard this. Please
Military
go on
structure complete.
and explain.
Research rate.
Just
upgrade
queuing up all the
complete.
upgrades for the Titan.
Civilian structure complete.
What else do I just want the nano emitters? So, with the DNC, do you think there's going to be a riot? And if so, how big is the riot going to be? I think that's more the. I don't know exactly.
Empire research complete.
If it's Dima, I'm gonna have to press X to doubt. I don't think Dima is dishonest. I just find he tends to be very excitable. I just find whenever something gets announced, Dima immediately just jumps on it, and he's kind of like one of those 100% confirmed things I like to make fun of.
Research rate.
Is
upgrade
kind of how I
complete.
feel about him.
Warfare research complete.
So if he's saying Sersky died, I'm gonna have to see receipts for that. from somebody else.
Our fleet has engaged the enemy.
Item complete and stronger than ever.
Where are we? Warfare research. Defense, politics, Asia?
An allied starbase has been wiped from the galaxy. Enemy forces have arrived. What would you ask of me?
Lashing out.
Oh, okay, so they... Looks like they outmaneuvered me.
Military
I
complete.
can build an Orculus. I'll build one there, maybe. Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay, they keep outmaneuvering me. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna head straight for their capital
Planet lockdown.
and just
complete.
fuck that.
Research rate upgrade complete. Warfare research.
I don't know if you really noticed this. I don't really care that much about like the minutia. I care more about like the geopolitical picture rather than and like the major battles rather than kind of the stuff at the front. So I don't really watch DPA or DEMA that much just because it's not really the part of the war that I'm not interested in. Like just the day by day, blow by blow thing.
Maximum military orbit slots reached.
It's why I tend to watch the Duran for that kind of
Fleet has
thing.
engaged the enemy.
Okay, here we go. All right, this should be fun. Okay, so they have super weapons there.
Hostile forces are sieging our planet.
They have a big starbase.
Who wants to die first?
Research rate upgrade complete.
The waiting.
All right. Wow, this has a ridiculous number of weapons on it. I mean, it is the Titans, so it probably should have a lot of weapons on it, but it is a crazy
More
amount.
Empire labs. Military structure complete.
Oh, there's not really any more civilian stuff I need. Resonance Mastery. Yeah. So they have a star base there. It's not... I just have such an overwhelmingly large force, it's not really a problem.
Warfare research complete.
Okay.
Enemy forces have arrived.
Let this be a lesson. Next time, pay up.
Military structure complete. Hostile forces
Well,
are sieging our planet.
Base Caulfield, I agree with you. So, like, the thing was during the Bush era, I thought the Iraq War was dumb, but the anti-Iraq war people were such massive F-slurs that it made me want to support it. Because they were just so insufferable.
Military structure complete. Logistics upgrade complete. Our time is short. The planet is ours for the taking. One of our colonies has been lost.
Okay, so I'm not going to be able to really do anything, it looks like. They're just going to keep pressing me.
Hostile forces are sieging our planet.
So I'm just going to
Lockdown.
take a planet and then head forward. And if I take out their home world, then
Empire research.
it'll just eventually be dealt with.
Maximum civilian orbit slots reached. Military structure complete. What would you ask of me?
Okay. They just jumping like 1 or 2 units in at a time, it looks
Enemy
like.
forces have arrived.
By the way, they massively nerfed what are they called? Star
Military
bases in this
structure
one.
complete.
Star bases kind of suck now.
Defense.
They're nowhere
upgrade
near as
complete.
good as they used to be,
Starbase
unfortunately.
standing by.
Intelligent armor. Okay, they're just throwing random units at me. I'll just wait a little while so I can... efficient hangars. I want... Okay. I'm just cleaning up what they have here. It seems like they're just throwing a whole bunch of units in at me one at a time. So until I either get defenses up or they stop sending
Empire
units, I'm
research
just not
complete.
gonna
Mining
bother
upgrade
heading
complete.
forward. Because I'm kind of achieving what I wanted to.
Warfare research complete.
Awaiting new prey.
I don't really get, like, what he's doing. I don't know, it looks like the AI is just retarded. He's just moving his
Ready
units
to
off the
engage.
ground.
An auction is underway.
Military structure complete. Our ally has lost a colony.
There we go, that looks cool. Missiles flying at it.
Awaiting new prey.
What are your orders?
Oh, do I not even have the technology to build star bases? Oh, okay, well that's...
Empire research
That explains
complete.
a lot.
Military structure complete.
You failed to place a bid.
I will go though and
Military structure
max out my
complete.
research. So I really should have done
Logistics
that.
upgrade complete.
Or really should have been doing that. Okay. There we go.
Military structure complete.
There we go. Just dramatically increase the research rate.
Warfare research complete.
Matter synthesizer. Okay.
Military structure complete. Our time is short. Planet item online. Empire research complete. Our ally has
Phase
lost a
gates.
colony.
Let's see. Is the phase gate up and running? If the phase gate's up and running, that means I can call in
Hostile forces are
reinforcements
seizing our
relatively
planet.
easily. No, it's not up and running
Our
quite yet.
fleet has engaged the enemy. Warfare research complete. Military structure complete.
The shields are breached. Armor down. We've taken too much damage already. The Orculus awaits your orders.
Military structure complete. Research rate upgrade
Looks
complete.
like they're counterattacking me. I'm just not really sure where.
Enemy forces have arrived. Civilian structure complete.
Severe damage sustained. We are crippled. Last transmission from Orculus Starbase. We're going down.
Okay.
What would you ask of me? Civilian structure complete. Hostile forces are sieging our
Okay, cool. I
planet.
can call in reinforcements
Our
now.
time is short.
Oops, no, I don't want that.
Warfare research complete. More metal is required.
Okay.
Research rate upgrade complete. Military structure complete. One of our colonies has been lost. More metal is required. Military structure complete.
Let the bidding commence.
The Orculus awaits your
Okay,
orders.
the Orculus Starbase will be online soon.
Military structure complete.
The Orculus Starbase is built at last. The Orculus Starbase is built at last.
Military structure complete.
Starbase standing by. Starbase standing by.
Warfare research
Oh,
complete.
let's see.
Military structure complete. Our time is short. More metal is required.
Unfortunately, the auction slipped from your grasp.
More metal is required.
Okay, let's see here. Do I have a phase gate there? I think I've kind of maxed out though my
Warfare research complete.
production.
Speak.
What are your orders? Item construction completed.
Research rate upgrade complete.
Uh-oh. Okay. Do I
Enemy
have
forces have
a...
arrived.
Yes, I do have a phase gate there.
Speak.
Okay.
By your command.
So, I think I lured them into a trap.
Starbase
So,
standing
I am
by.
going to jump in and hopefully wreck their fleet with my fleet.
What are your orders?
Unfortunately, my starbase I don't think was upgraded enough, so it's probably just going to die relatively quickly.
Glory shall be restored.
But, I mean, it is what it is.
The shields are breached.
Warfare research complete.
Item construction completed. What are your orders?
We shall rule again. Warfare research complete.
Oh, okay.
What are your orders?
I was able to shave my space station before it could get destroyed. That's good.
Defense upgrade complete.
All right, so yeah, and I could probably build some more factories there.
Our time is short.
Place your bids, you scallywags.
Item construction completed.
I Item complete and stronger than ever.
Speak.
Ready as soon as we've cooled down.
Civilian structure complete.
Okay, so now I'm trying to decide what to do. Do I want to try to take their fleet, or do I just want to go for the
Civilian
capital?
structure complete. What would you
Capital would
ask of
probably
me?
be the smart
It
decision.
will be done.
Defense upgrade complete.
What are your orders?
My
The Orculus
cruiser will
awaits
be
your
my
orders.
space station. There will soon
Next
be
time,
max
please,
upgraded. So let's.
Our time is short. Civilian structure complete.
Yeah, I have an increasing number of resources. Reinforcements
An
coming.
allied starbase has been wiped from the galaxy. Our ally has lost a colony. Civilian structure complete.
Item construction completed.
Speak.
Oh well, I have really high research rate. Okay, I'm just gonna queue up the remaining upgrades I don't have yet, and then we're just gonna jump in and YOLO
More
it.
metal is required.
I'll wait for armor restoration to finish. I don't really know where he's gonna like run to at this point in time.
What are your orders?
Warfare research complete. What would you ask of me?
Just turn up the speed a bit so that
Item
they'll get there
construction
faster.
completed.
Okay, and let's jump in.
Starbase is built
Alright, so I'm
at
gonna
last.
set it up so they all jump
Warfare
in
research
at the
complete.
same time,
Moving forward.
and that should allow me to do this.
Phase engines engaging.
So there we go. Yeah, fortunately my upgrades are going really quick right now.
Our fleet has engaged the enemy.
And there's running away
Time
again?
to bid. Place them high.
Warfare research complete.
Okay, fuck it. Okay, we're just not gonna engage their fleet. We're just gonna
Warfare
go
research complete.
and directly
Moving
attack their
forward.
homeworld because this
My
is getting
shields
retarded.
are compromised.
We are locked out of the metal market.
Let this be a lesson. Next time, pay up.
What are your orders? Item construction completed.
Warfare research complete.
Okay. FTL transmissions.
Speak. Warfare research complete.
Get some.
An allied starbase has been wiped from the galaxy.
Yeah, I'm tired of this asshole running away, so we're just going to.
Warfare research complete.
Phase engines
Just directly
engaging.
attack their homeworld. But yeah, well, those space things are really
Enemy
useful.
forces have arrived.
The Orculus awaits your orders.
I don't know. I just feel like the star bases are kind of useless. Like I don't think it's really killing that much stuff.
Shields are breached. My power is unmatched.
Speak.
By your command.
Place your bids, you scallywags.
They've ripped through my shields. Starbase standing by. Item construction completed.
I guess it's killing some stuff. Not enough though. It's still gonna lose.
Strike them down.
Maybe I'll be able to
Warfare
kill some of the
research
capital
complete.
ships? At least one of them.
Next time, place a bid.
Armor depleted. We need repairs.
Our glory shall be restored.
Or maybe it's better than I thought it was. It seems to be doing actually not too bad.
Armor down. We've taken too much damage already.
Maximum military orbit slots reached.
The Orculus awaits your orders.
They've ripped through my shields. What would you ask of me?
Item construction completed.
Enemy
Oh,
forces
actually, the
arrived.
Orculus seems to be
Our
doing not
fleet
too
has
bad.
engaged the enemy.
Starbase standing by.
Okay, so I think
The
it's...
shields are breached. Armor
I think it's absorbing debris.
Military structure complete.
So my stuff is going up really
Our
quick.
fleet has engaged the enemy. Speak. Warfare research complete. More metal is required. Our time is short. By your command.
It looks like they're just going to directly attack me. Here we go. So we have a large-scale space battle since the Solar Empire. So as you can see, it's kind of just chaos.
What would you ask of me?
I'll leave none alive.
Let me see. What's their homeworld? I think that's
It
their
will
homeworld. We're
be
just going to
done.
directly attack their
Their
homeworld.
deaths will be
Because-
swift.
Yeah, like I said, I'm tired of them running away.
Item construction completed. The Orculus.
Okay, I
awaits
spoke
your
too soon. The
orders.
Orculus Starbase did it. It succeeded in fighting off that fleet, so maybe it's better than I thought it was. But it is it does have max upgrades, so
Speak.
yeah. The problem is the enemy just keeps running away. So I haven't really been able to have like a big decisive space battle. I mean, if I destroy their capital planet, they lose. So they're gonna have to fight me here at some point. But yeah, I have a whole bunch of capital ships, so they will probably melt this thing in a matter of seconds. Yeah.
Our fleet has engaged the enemy. Military structure complete. Military structure complete.
Okay, and
What
destroy
would
their
you
planet,
ask of
their
me?
home planet.
I'll leave
Yeah, I don't know if this is an AI issue or whatever. Like, I don't get why the AI isn't bringing its fleet back to defend its homeworld. Because if I destroy this, then it's game over for them.
Our glory shall be restored.
Let's see.
The
See if I can find a
enemy
Corvette.
is out there.
These Corvettes look pretty
Waiting
cool.
on
Yeah, there we go.
order confirmed.
There's a Corvette. I think the Corvettes look pretty cool, actually. What's Blacksmith Wukong?
The journey begins anew.
Item construction completed.
Okay, so they're...
Assembled.
That's kind of disappointing. They aren't even bringing in their, like, the rest of their fleet to try to stop me. Or maybe they are, and they're just not
They've ripped through my shields.
close? I don't know.
Our time is short.
The AI just seems very passive. Maybe the AI won't fight unless it's pretty sure that it can
An
win.
enemy has been eliminated. Satisfactory, but the next should fall by our hand.
Armor depleted. We need repairs.
So where's the other capital planet? Just trying to find where it's located.
An auction is underway.
Our glory shall
I'll just
be
try to
restored.
destroy their fleet
It
until I can
will
figure out
be
where their
done.
capital is. Let's see. That's the one issue with the rotating planets is it can sometimes kind of be hard to figure out where these people are located. Yeah, so they had that huge navy, but it's completely
An allied
useless now.
starbase has been
'Cause they got
from
wiped
the
out.
galaxy. Our ally has lost a colony. Our fleet has engaged the enemy.
Our time is short. It will be done.
Yeah, so I have ships that do the debris reclamation, so I get back, I think, 25% of anything that dies near them. So, yeah. They're just kind of foolishly trying to jump away.
Moving
Okay, I think
forward
that's their capital.
by your
Yeah, because
command.
their, Unity and Unity's capital is a,
Phase engines engaging. Phase engines engaging.
a desert planet. So maybe we'll actually have a big fight here. I hope they don't run away, because it's just been kind of like meh so far as these fights have been going. Okay, it looks like they have all their guys there. There we go. Or are they just running away again? It looks like they're just running away again. Which...
Our fleet has engaged the enemy.
I think these are kind of cool. I really like how the oppressors look. They gave them like this just a very insectoid appearance, which I like.
Warfare research complete. What would you ask of me?
Yeah, they just have nowhere near the amount that they need to deal with me. Planetary shield array. Okay, so I have to take out the star base before I can
Who wants to
take out
die
the planet.
first? Our time is short.
I'll try to call in some more siege frigates. Just to help with dealing with this. I don't know why they're trying to build a super weapon. A super weapon is not going to help them in this scenario at all. I was never really big on the whole DBC abridged. I just found it very mean-spirited. I didn't really find it that.
What would you
I mean,
ask
aspects of
me?
it are funny, but it's super funny. Look at that. That is a lot of firepower. Okay, I've maxed out. Yeah, I have as many units as it's possible to get.
Their deaths will be swift.
And my bombers are just leveling everything else.
Your orders.
I don't think Visari get fighters. I think they just have bombers. Meow? What are you meowing about? Answer me when I talk to you. Okay, just runs away. Okay, and this will be finished in a matter of seconds.
Let the bidding commence.
Okay, I'll turn this up to 10 speed. I think 10's as high as it goes.
Victory.
There we go! Capital victory!
The planet is ours for the taking. An enemy has been eliminated. Satisfactory. But the next should fall by our hand.
Okay, so let's take a look at the mechanics. Okay, planetary items, logistics. Okay, I had by far the most supply. I had no commerce because I'm Visari, and Visari has no commerce. Yeah, you can see I really just went all in on macro in this game, so... Let's see, combat, fleet supply used, fleet supply killed. Yeah, this tends to be how these look for me, so it's just nothing, attack, blow through everything that moves. Yeah, like my total game credits were very low because I'm Visari. Total income, let's see, what's metal like? Wow. Yeah, I accumulated way more metal over the course of the game. Crystal, yeah, absurd amount. Research, yeah, I did by far the most research. Well, I did over 100 research. That's cool. Exotics, construction. But yeah, if you look at it, I just built a whole bunch last minute. So that's the game. I hope people like it. Definitely, if you think the game looks fun, buy it and support the devs.